Realtors aren't burning out from working too much. Burnout is actually coming from the stress of reacting to everything. And if you never thought about that before, there's a big distinction. Working is working when you're focused, when you're on a mission, when you're doing your thing. Reacting is when you have chaos over clarity, when you don't actually implement choice in what's going on, when you just let all the inputs come and let it take over your entire day. So today I'm going to give you a 5-step framework on how to get this back and relieve stress in your business day to day so you can focus on the work that matters. So when we look at these 5 things, it's really kind of like peeling back an onion. Some of these are going to work for you specifically right now, and some of these you might put into your life later on, but there's definitely going to be at least 1 to 2 that can help you right now in your business as you go through your day to day. So the first one we're going to look at is the mental layer. This is probably the most overarching themed one of all. It's the one that hits us all the time. Regardless of the other ones, this one controls most of what's going on. So the mental one comes into this 3 bucket rule that we need to look at. We got 3 buckets right here of things that are going on in our business day to day. The first one are the ones that are in our control. So these are the things that we can actually have an effect on, that we're in control and dictate what things happen. So if stress comes in and it's something that you can absolutely do something about to relieve the stress in the situation, whether it be with a client, a deal, whatever's going on, there's something that you can do and take an action step to achieve the goal. That's the stuff that is in control. The next one is influenceable. Now, let me see if I can spell that here. Influenceable. That'll do. You guys know what I'm saying. Influenceable. These are things that you can have influence over. So if you have a client who's freaking out about something, if they don't understand the contract, if they are in negotiations and they're kind of, not being on team with trying to get the deal done, they've gone way off the deep end. This is something you have influence over, and you can have a conversation to get someone else to take an action to relieve that stress. So it could be with your client, could be with the lender you're working with, could be with the other agent, but this is something you have influence over, and you can get this stress off your plate if you just have those conversations that are relatable. And the last one is out of our control. These are things that there's literally nothing that you can do about this current situation. Completely out of control. And that's where a lot of the stress comes in for us, because here we can take action, we can do something about it. Here we can take action and see if we can influence someone else to do something about it. But here, this is such a tough one because it's out of our control, and we don't have say in the matter. This could be the deal going south because of a financial situation that you didn't know about your client that's going on. There's nothing you can do about it. You can talk to the lender, you can talk to people, you can talk to the clients, but there really isn't anything you can do. You can't go back to their taxes and file them for them. You can't go back in time and have them, not spend a credit card on a new Harley Davidson. Happened to me the day before closing. You can't do things like that. They're out of your control. Are they stressors? Yes, but they're out of your control. But what we can do is we can look at these real time and say, okay, are they in our control? Do I have influence over this, or are they out of control? And we need to drop having the stress of the things that are outside of our control, because those are not our stresses to carry. Do they suck? Absolutely. Is it a tough thing to have? Absolutely. But the stress is uncontrollable by you, so you need to get rid of it. Okay, our second layer is the time layer. Big one for a lot of people. I don't have enough time. My day just goes crazy. As soon as I wake up, it's insane. And this happens happens with a lot of agents I coach. And what we talk about is this initial power hour at the start of the day. And once you've got this down, this could be half an hour, 15 minutes, it doesn't really matter. But what you need to do is start the day off, or the work day, or whatever you want to do, with dedicated time. For me, it looks like this. Who do I need to follow up with? What do I need to plan for today? And then who am I in conversations with in terms of leads, cold, warm, hot, where is that at? Where are people in the pipeline, and where do I need to have these conversations? That's it, simple steps. It could be different for you, but these are the main ones that I feel like if you get ahead of these in the day, the rest of the day can play out the way it is. The problem is, if you don't do this at the start of the day, you know what's going to happen. If this is your day here, and these are the different hours of the day, and you don't start off with this, what happens? The chaos comes in from the get-go. and we all start working out of this reactionary business that we're in, is chaos. And you wish that in some point here, you could have found time to do all this. And it's pretty much unmanageable. Sometimes what happens is we get so much stress here in the morning that even if we have free time here, we choose not to do it because we're so exhausted from what's happened in our business and stressed out that we don't even want to touch this stuff. We're like, I just want to go and put my feet up and chill and get out of this. So if you do this first thing in the morning, this is an absolute game changer. So add this power hour on to hit the things that you need to hit. Now for me, it's follow-up, planning and lead gen. For you, it could be different things. But if you get this off to the start of your day, you know that even if the rest of the day goes to complete shit, you've still got that initial piece done where you've moved your business forward, and you can relieve a lot of stress that way because now you're not driving about like, oh my gosh, I need to call this person, but I'm knee deep in this deal that's going south, or man, I've just took on this new client who needs to go and look at 15 properties and I can't follow up with this one who needs to write an offer. Avoid that by getting at the start of your day, attacking the things that need to be attacked, and then you can move on and take whatever comes your way. Now, depending on what some of that looks like for you, you might need to wake up earlier, you might need to plan better. It really depends. For me, I know that when I hit this the best, I wake up early. I don't want that to be the thing that I'm telling you to do. I'm not saying you have to wake up at 5 a.m., but I know at 7 a.m., that's when my wife and kids pretty much wake up. When school season's in, that's when chaos starts. That's when things start to happen. School runs, everything's going on. As I'm on the school run, the phone goes, I'm already into the business, it's all chaos. But if I take that hour beforehand, if I get up at 5 or 6 or whatever and do that work and make sure everything's dialed in, I know that I've got ahead of the day so that when the chaos comes, I'm calm in the fact that my business is moving forward. Okay, our next layer is the body layer. This is a big one for me. I'm a huge proponent of physical activity, very much in tune with breath work and meditation and working out and stuff like that. So if that's not your thing, don't fast forward this piece. Is really, really important. Your body is the physical reaction of what's going on in your brain. So if you're letting stress come into your brain, or if stress is getting in your brain, whether you let it or not, your body typically physically exerts that and shows that in what's going on. That's why some people break out when they're stressed out. That's why some people sweat. That's why some people have to sit down, they're short of breath. It's all stress induced, but there are ways to manage this. And for me, there's a really, really easy tool that you can put in here. It's the 10, 10, 10 rule. Easy to remember, very easy to manage, and you can do this in any situation regardless of how much time is between your next appointment, what's going on. You can choose one of these to do, and it helps really well. The first one is a 10-minute walk. This is a big one for me. 10-minute walks are huge. I do this a lot after meetings. I'll get out there, I'll just walk around the block, go and check the mail, take Teddy out, whatever that looks like. But getting outside, getting fresh air just for 10 minutes can do wonders for you. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make is that they take their phone with them, or they'll put headphones on, they'll put a podcast on, they'll listen to a call, they'll listen to music. Even though I love music, I'm a proponent of it, there's something about going out without this stuff and just letting the noise of the world come into your ears is huge. The other thing I like to do is not wear sunglasses. I'll let the sun hit my eyes. I don't know why. I don't think there's any science behind that, but I do that. So make sure that if you're going to go out, do a 10-minute walk, come back in, you'll feel way better. Now, if you don't have 10 minutes on your hand, that's all good. That's when we go here. We just do 10 deep breaths. Huge one for me. I'm a big proponent of breath work, breathing. I'm a Wim Hof nerd. I follow all that stuff. I do breath holding and all that nonsense. But this is a big one. If I don't have time, if I'm like right into the next meeting, I'll just stop and take 10 breaths because it only takes like 20 seconds, 30 seconds for what you're doing. If you just take even a minute, put it on the clock, take 10 breaths in, this can change your mental state really, really quickly. And I'm not talking about like this. I'm talking about big breaths through the nose. Big breaths like that. You need to really exaggerate it because even from those 2 breaths right now, I can feel things changing inside of here. So breath work is massive. 10 deep breaths. If you've just got 30 seconds, a minute between your next thing, jump into that. And the next one is another 10-minute. We do the 10-minute mental break. Now, walking is absolutely a mental break, but sometimes I'm not going to go outside, or sometimes I don't have time to even go downstairs, then walk and come back, and maybe it takes 12, 15 minutes and I don't have time. I'll just go and lie on the floor that's right there. Like, I'll just lie down and breathe and take 10 minutes and then come back to my desk. So now, if you're in the office with your realtor people, maybe you don't want to lie down on the office floor, you might look crazy. That's all right. Just sit in your chair and do whatever it takes just to get 10 minutes of peace and quiet. Again, does wonders for your mental state and your stress reduction. Turn off your computer, turn off your phone, put it on do not disturb, and just breathe. Because here's the thing about the body. You can't outwork your nervous system if it's stuck in overdrive. If so much stuff is coming in and you're just getting stressed out, you can't work that off. I don't care what people say. You have to reset, take a step back, and then get to taking action. So take care of yourself, use the 10-10-10 rule, and you'll get through that piece. Okay, our fourth layer is the relational layer. This is a big one that I had to learn with clients. And once I started putting this into practice, it truly changed my entire business. And this is all about communication. A couple of key phrases you can use that are super simple. The first one is this: here's what you can expect from me. And then you give them your guidelines. So if you were a potential client of mine, I would say, here's what you can expect from me. I start my work days at 9 a.m. and I finish at 6 p.m. During that time, I'm on the clock, I'm working on your behalf 24/7, absolute mad dog. Now, if there's an emergency going on before or after that time, I'll absolutely get to it. But here's what an emergency constitutes. Boom, 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 boom. I'll give them those lists. If it's just an update or something like that, that can wait till the next day, and I'll get that to you first thing in the morning as I start to do my follow-ups. Now, when I first started doing this was something that we were hesitant on, because it's like, oh my gosh, well, they're going to choose someone who goes like all in crazy with them. But what we found is that the respect layer from clients came back, because we upfront said, here's how we operate, here's our track record, this is what we do, but here are our guidelines. It just was cemented the relationship right away, because our target demographic is young families with kids. So when we talk with them, we talk on that level. They understand it. We've got kids. Here's what we do. Here's our expectations. And Bob's your uncle. And that's before we actually start working together. When we're working together, we do a lot of the same things. If inspection is coming up next week, if we schedule that, or if an appraisal's coming up, or anything's coming up in the contract, we'll say, hey, the next deadline coming up is this. Maybe it's an inspection, and we'll say, here's what you can expect from it. Here's where it kind of gets stressful for a lot of people. Here's where it gets easy for a lot of people. We're going to guide you through it step by step by step. Now, because we've taken the reins on the conversation and future-paced them into that next thing, they're already one step ahead. They already know it's coming. They know we've got their back. They know we're on top of things, so they don't panic. And if they don't panic, I don't panic. And here's the big thing to take away here. Most of your stress isn't coming from clients. It's actually coming from unclear communication and absolutely zero expectations being set by you, and for the clients. So that's one you can throw into your business today, easily. Start having those conversations about, here's what I do, here's what I don't do, here's what's coming up, here's what you need to know about, and be all in on communication. That way, you're not going to get a call at 11 p.m. on the Tuesday night. All right, our last layer is the digital layer. The digital layer. This is a self-inducing stress. For you. For sure it is for me as well. We have all sorts of things going on digitally in our world, with AI, with social media, with email, with all sorts of things. All of those chaotic inputs are causing stress and imbalance in our lives. And there's very, very simple ways that you can do this. What you need to figure out on your phone specifically is, what are the things that I actually need real-time notifications for? Like really, really, really. Do I need real-time notifications for CRM stuff? Do I need real-time notifications for social media things? What is it? I would have you consider that it's most likely two things: calls and texts. That's pretty much it. Not emails, not social media, maybe not even CRM stuff, because you know how many notifications you get from these things. Calls and texts are the main ones. And I don't know about Android people, but on iPhone, we just swipe down here. We go to our focuses and you can build them in. So you can see, you can do custom ones here. I've got work. If I go in and look at this here, let's check it out. So if I'm in work mode, the only person you can see right here that can get through to me is my wife. So that's the only person. When school's in, I add the kids' school as well, just in case there's an emergency, but that's it. Because if Mrs. G knows I'm working, she knows that things are not an emergency unless they're an emergency, and then she'll hit me up. So we have that on. You could set it for specific clients. You could set focuses. You could set a focus here and start a new focus. And you could choose specific clients. So clients only. Start one like that. Cool. And then in your people, you would just come here and you would choose the people that you want to let in. So maybe you would just go through your under contract clients right now and just add all of those in, right? Because if something goes off with them, maybe it's an emergency, maybe something big, maybe it's the lenders you work with, right? But close everyone else off, like close in all the other inputs and just have the people that you're actually in projects with right now, in deals with right now, real time. The next one is email. In general, we check email way too much. Now I use an AI called Fixer, which is awesome. We're going to do a tutorial on the channel about that. But Fixer's great. It's AI. It kind of auto responds to things. It files things in separate ways. But I still only check email twice a day, 2 times a day. If you really look at things, email is not important. It's typically just other people's agendas for you, for your day. So check it twice a day, make sure your deals are flowing, make sure things are good. And if there's an emergency that someone calls with, you can check it, but don't make it a habit to keep your email open, because you're going to click it and click it and click it and click it, and you're never going to get anything done throughout your day. Because here's the deal. If your phone owns your attention, your stress will own your life. So here's the deal. Most agents think stress is just part of the job, but it's not. Stress is a signal. And if you keep ignoring that signal, it's going to cost you in the long run. And it's different things for different people. Could be your family, could be your health, could be your business, could be your fitness. Stress is going to be the downfall of a lot of that stuff. But when you learn how to manage it, when you learn how to put systems in place for it, you can show up with more intention, you can close more deals because you can handle more, and you can finally start to feel in control again. So if this hits home for you, do yourself a favor, save it, share it with another realtor, with your team, whoever needs to hear this. I'm sure you know someone. Send it to them so they can go through it too. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just overloaded. And now you've got a way out. We'll see you in the next one.